What's up, guys? Coming to you today with opening night NBA action here on Tuesday, October 21st. We're going to do deep dives on the Rockets versus Thunder and the Warriors versus Lakers and give my favorite picks on the side and over-under and look at a bunch of player props for both games. Also, I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, so slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, looking like a decent Monday night out there overall. Definitely still plenty of action still to go. We've got the Texans still live at +3. They're trying to make something of a comeback there in Seattle. Baker Mayfield unfortunately didn't get going in the running game at all for us at -120. That was an annoying player prop that didn't come through. Shocked to see him basically not run the ball at all. I guess having Aiden Hutchinson chasing you constantly doesn't make that a very attractive option. We did cash in there on Cade Otton over 37.5 receiving yards at -120. A big night from him. He became the go-to guy for Baker with basically every other pass catcher for Tampa Bay either very banged up or straight up out of the game. So that was a nice cash. We still got Darnold over 224.5 passing yards live in that Seattle game. He could definitely come through in that one for us. We were on the Buccaneers. We talked ourselves into the Buccaneers and Baker as our dog of the day at +6. I was leaning towards taking that because of all the wide receivers that were supposed to come back from injury. Well, one of them got immediately knocked back out. One of them didn't actually look healthy out there, so it looked like basically just Baker and Cade Otton out there by themselves. So that was a bit of a tough day. Obviously not a great day running the ball from Tampa Bay. I knew they were going to be banged up at running back. That didn't work. Baker's been great in crunch time, but when you lose all of your good targets, and also he was having an off night as well, missing a lot of throws high, it was just a rough night to be on Tampa Bay. We did easily cash our lock of the day, though. We had Gibbs over 61.5 rushing yards at -110. A super comfortable cash there. He snapped off a massive 78-yard scamper early in the game. Also, if you were on him to find the end zone in this one, that was an easy cash there as well. He had 2 touchdowns. So very, very good stuff there. Another win on the lock of the day, it staying red hot. So guys, a pretty decent day out there. It looking like a potential undefeated day over there on the premium side. So we'll see if that comes through. Another massive winning day over there for the premium members. Definitely want to check that out. We'll recap all that here in a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and dive in and cover our first game here of the entire NBA season. We've got the Houston Rockets going on the road here to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Rockets come into game one here as potentially the most talked about team in the NBA in this entire offseason. Probably talked about more than the Thunder, the defending champions, maybe even talked about almost as much as the Lakers. And that's all because this Rockets team looked really good last season, came up a little bit short there in the playoffs, losing in a 7-game series, but then they went out and added one of the biggest pieces you could possibly add to your team. They picked up Kevin Durant, so a huge addition to this roster. And then very close, only a couple weeks ago, we saw Fred VanVleet go down with a season-ending injury, a brutal blow to him, that torn ACL. Almost a certainty that he's going to miss the entire 2025-2026 season, and that left the Rockets without floor general, their starting point guard, the guy they were going to have bring the ball up every single play and running the offense. He's gone, so now the question mark immediately became, who's going to step into that role? Are the Rockets going to make another trade? What's going to go on with that? How are they going to adjust? Well, there is one possible option that was right in front of them. That's just you promote Reed Shepherd. He gets in the mix and he runs the show. And he looked very good in the preseason, coming up with excellent numbers. He was a big part of why the Rockets went 4-0 in the preseason this year. Obviously, preseason record doesn't matter too much, but it's something at least worth taking a look at. Obviously, they're expecting good stuff and hoping for good stuff from him. That's not meaning it's impossible that some sort of trade is made, but also he's going to share point guard duties with lots of different guys. I think we'll see Aaron Holiday get some time at point guard. I think we'll see Amen Thompson handling the ball a decent amount at point guard. Someone who's being touted as a possible most improved player. If he can somehow have developed a 3-point jump shot in the offseason, this kid's, there's no ceiling. There's no ceiling how good it can be. He's potentially already the best athlete in the NBA. The stuff you can see him do on a basketball court is absolutely insane, and his defensive intensity is nuts as well. Bringing in Kevin Durant, obviously a massive deal. He seemed pretty unhappy there at the end in Phoenix. That was a bit of a rough setup. Things did not go the way they were hoping. Well, now he's in a fantastic position. It would have been a lot better if Fred VanVleet would have stayed healthy, but still, Kevin Durant going to be expected to help lead this Rockets team that didn't have to give up too much to get him to something important this year. This is a championship, maybe not quite championship or bust now that Van Vliet is out, but close to that kind of expectation. We'll see if Durant is capable of rising to that challenge. He's getting old. His injuries will be a concern this season for him, I would assume. But here in game one, in the first day of the NBA season, he's healthy and ready to go. Jabari Smith Jr. going to be in the starting lineup here, expected to take a big step forward this year. I've been watching him in all kinds of obscure places on YouTube, the Rico Hines runs. He's been out there. He's been putting in the work in the offseason. That jump shot is looking amazing in the mid-range and from three. So I am actually expecting a very good season, an improving season here from Jabari Smith Jr. Alperen Sengun is coming off an amazing performance there in the Eurobasket, expecting very, very good stuff from him this season. They're calling him Baby Joker. I think he has the ability to be not as good as Jokic, maybe one of the best players we'll ever see a touch of basketball, but I do think he has the ability to be way, way up there with, missing a real starting point guard here with Van Vliet out. He could be a fulcrum that they run this offense around a good amount of the time. His passing, his court vision, all fantastic. His rebounding and scoring numbers have been very, very good as well. Definitely had some ups and downs in the playoffs last year, but certainly someone I'm looking to have a very, very good season and a big impact here right out of the gate. A few key pieces coming off the bench. Tari Eason looked to have a big season. Dorian Finney-Smith, he comes into this year, obviously a veteran defensive and shooting presence. Got that ankle injury. He's going to be out for this game, will not be playing against his former team. We'll see when he's able to be back. There's still no timetable for his return officially, so we'll see when Dorian Finney-Smith ends up back out there. Steven Adams, who's reportedly going to be starting in this game. They're going to be starting the twin towers there of Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun. This team is going to be absolutely massive and an absolute just terrifying team to face there defensively. So we'll see what they can do coming into this game. They're fairly healthy, except for with the exception there of DFS. We'll see when he can come back, but they're healthy and ready to go here, heading into Oklahoma City to take on the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. This is going to be ring night. This is going to be banner night as well. The biggest news coming out right now for the Thunder right ahead of this game is that J-Dub is going to be out for the opener. They are going to let him make sure that wrist is fully healed up before they push him to get back out there. I think that's very, very smart. The kid played through some kind of insane wrist pain and kind of insane just inability to use his wrist the way he normally would, and it's his shooting wrist too there in the playoffs. So hats off to him for doing that. We saw the Thunder have a pretty reasonable preseason, especially for a team with, not a whole lot to find out. They went 4-2 overall, so not a bad preseason. They come into this, the beginning of the regular season here, I'm sure very, very pumped about, ring night, raising a banner there, all that kind of good stuff. My question is, though, do these kids really know how special of a moment this is? Do they know enough to be bothered? Because this is a just crazy, crazy young team here with a ton of talent. SGA definitely feels like he was, he deserves to be the MVP, and feel like he could be a very good defender here of the MVP. We'll see if he has the ability to run it back here. Obviously, an amazing season last year, and he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. A lot of his game depends on getting to the free throw line, or at least is very, very much helped by getting to the free throw line. We will see how the changes that the officiating always goes through in the offseason. See how much that impacts him here right off the bat here in game one of this season. He's about to get tested by a very, very tough defense. Dort going to be keeping people in the torture chamber this season. I'm not exactly sure who the Rockets are going to be putting him on to torture. Probably going to spend some time on Kevin Durant. I know that's a pretty big size mismatch, but that kind of stuff seems like it doesn't really bother Dort too much. I think we could see Alex Caruso here in the starting lineup in Jalen Williams' spot, since he's going to be missing with that wrist injury like we talked about. Having Caruso in there definitely adds just another level to the ability of this team to just, go crazy on you defensively. Chet Holmgren, he's someone they definitely need to step up this season. Didn't have an amazing year, missed a lot of time with injury, showed some potential flaws in his game in terms of being very inconsistent. Not bad, but just inconsistent shooting from deep, something they are definitely going to need from him on this team, which with Jalen Williams out, could struggle a little bit offensively. Like Caruso, not a monster there on the offensive side. Holmgren gonna need to produce some more offense. They could be leaning on SGA an awful lot here in the early goings. We'll see how that goes. They obviously have other pieces. I mean, Hartenstein, he, somebody they're gonna be looking to show some improvement from what he did last year in the playoffs. It was a little bit lackluster. Couldn't even stay on the court sometimes. Gonna need to see better stuff from him on the glass and defensively. And he's someone who can take some of the playmaking duties over when SGA is either, not on the floor or just, you can't have him on the ball 24/7. So Hartenstein, definitely somebody with the ability to, move the rock, throw some good passes. Also, just a very good presence inside. Although, do him and Holmgren have what it takes to bang with Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun down low in this game? We will have to wait and see. Now, the bench looks very, very good. This is a very deep team. Jalen Williams, a solid piece coming off the bench. Another big who can shoot a little bit. Aaron Wiggins looking to take the next step forward this season and a very good defensive player. Carson Wallace, Isaiah Joe, very, very good pieces. Isaiah Joe, though, coming in here to game one is going to be out for this one. Still dealing with that knee injury. We don't know exactly when he's going to be back. That injury in the preseason definitely dragging here into the regular season. Sounds like there's a potential chance that he could play on Thursday, but certainly not a lock. He will not be out there for this game. So we'll definitely see more Carson Wallace, more Aaron Wiggins. This team does have the depth to sustain some injuries. Obviously, somebody like SGA going down would be a huge problem, but they can definitely withstand some injuries. So looking at the numbers for the opening night game here, we've got the Thunder 7.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 227.5 in this game. Last year, Houston was 24-18-1 against the spread on the road, a pretty solid against the spread number. 26-17 to the over on the road. The Thunder 37-15-2 against the spread last year at home. That was an NBA best mark. They were 31-22-1 to the over at home. Given these numbers, guys, you would maybe want to lean towards the over, but I'm pretty certain I'm going to be leaning towards the under in this game. I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of offense. Both of these teams pride themselves on defensive intensity. I think that's going to lead to a pretty low scoring game here in game one of the NBA season. In terms of an against the spread side, I will be taking the Houston Rockets and the points in this spot. Missing Jalen Williams is a huge deal. Obviously, that was already, pretty much theorized. I'm not expecting a ton of line movement from that news, but go ahead and jump on this early. I don't think we're going to get any better than 7.5. There were some places still showing 8s though, so if you can find Houston plus 8, definitely jump on that. But I do think the Rockets are in good shape here. The Thunder, going to be banner night, going to be ring night, a lot of distractions going on, a lot of emotions. I think there's a potential for them not to have an amazing day in this one. Obviously, the Rockets have elite top tier level defenders to throw at SGA, and unless he's getting every single call, I think he could have a pretty rough night. So we will be taking the Rockets and the points in this game. In terms of some player props I like for this one, we've got a bunch, guys. I like Chet Holmgren under 16.5 points here at -110. The Rockets are a team that is more than happy to play super big. It's been announced that they will be starting Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun. Both guys can easily move Holmgren around, and if he doesn't have an amazing day shooting from the outside, something he struggled with late last season, then I think he's going to have a very tough time getting over this number here in game one. Still on the Thunder side, guys, I'll take Caruso here over 2.5 rebounds here at -154. This play is getting even better with the potential for Caruso to get more minutes in this game. He plays a fanatical style of basketball, and while he might be a little tired from guarding some very athletic players on the other side, I still think he's going to find a way, just by pure hustle, if nothing else, to at least get us the 3 rebounds we need for him to cash this play. I will also take Amen Thompson here under 7.5 rebounds in this game at -155. I don't want anyone thinking this is an indictment of his skill or athleticism, one of the best young players in the league, but in this matchup with the guys the Rockets are going to have on the floor, I simply don't see there being a ton of boards for him or for rebounding really to be one of his main responsibilities. Sengun and Adams are going to start this game for Houston, and that will likely make the Thunder go big as well, which will limit the rebounding opportunities for Thompson in this game. So I think the under on his rebounding, while he might have a very good game in general, I just don't think he's going to grab a ton of boards. Speaking of rebounds, guys, I will also take the under here on Alperen Sengun's rebounding, under 9.5 at -150. For all the reasons listed above, I think there aren't going to be a crazy number of rebounds to go around, Sengun included. Additionally, the last 2 games he has played against Oklahoma City, his rebounding numbers were very low, and I kind of expect something vaguely similar in this one, and he has to battle with his teammates to get these numbers as well, so I just don't think we're going to see Sengun come up with double-digit boards here in game one. I'm expecting an amazing season from him. I just don't think double-digit boards are all that likely in this game. Another Rockets prop that I really like, I'll take Reed Shepherd here over 1.5 made 3-pointers at -142. This kid is getting put in a pretty crazy spot with the injury to Van Vliet, but I think he's more than ready for the moment than anyone really expects, including his head coach, who has been willing, he didn't get on the court last year. Like, that is nuts to me. He's a lights out shooter, both off the dribble and off the catch, making 2 threes in this game for a team that desperately needs outside shooting. Seems like a fantastic spot as long as he gets the minutes. That's our biggest concern in this one. If he doesn't get the minutes, that's going to be a problem. I do think he's going to find a way to get some shots. I know the Thunder are a tough team to get shots against, but they've got Kevin Durant to focus on. I think Shepherd could get a couple threes up in this game, and I think he could knock down them both. And our last prop for this game, I'll take Hartenstein here under 14.5 points plus assists at -130. Did not like what we saw from him at the end of last season, and with tons of size on the floor for the Rockets, I don't expect him to thrive in this matchup, as these situations have given him tons of trouble in the past. Maybe Hartenstein will fool us. Maybe he'll come out here and have some kind of monster game and put up big assist numbers, but frankly, I just don't see it here going up against Sengun, but especially not going up against Steven Adams. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. And guys, those picks are absolutely on fire right now. Currently, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NFL, college football, MLB, UFC, tons and tons of premium picks every single day over there for our premium members. NHL picks might be the most important premium picks that they're getting right now, because those NHL picks are staying absolutely red hot. We're coming off a big day over there on the NFL side. Nice winning picks over there for NFL. Just a very, just a great time to be on board over there at StumpTheSpread.com. And you got to get over there, even if you're not looking for the premium picks, guys. Get over there and check out the free picks that we have over there every single day, covering all the major sports. Definitely want to check that out. Those picks are exclusively posted over there, not part of these videos. You also want to get over to StumpTheSpread.com and check out that free to use bet size calculator. But maybe most importantly, get over there to StumpTheSpread.com and get on that free email list. We're sending out free picks every single day. All you got to do to get on that email list, click the link in the description to go to StumpTheSpread.com, click on that little green login button, set up a free account over there. All they're going to ask you for is your name and your email address. That is it. You'll get one email straight to your inbox every single day with at least one free pick, oftentimes 2 or 3 free picks. Parlays are in there all the time. We've got information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, all kinds of good stuff in there every single day. Touchdown props for NFL, all kinds of fantastic stuff. We cashed a big plus money. I think it was a plus 500 touchdown prop over there on the NFL side just this weekend. So definitely want to get in on that free email list. But you also, guys, especially right now, need to check out the premium picks over there at StumpTheSpread.com. Our NHL capper is staying red hot after going just 1-1 there on the 19th. A nice little bounce back for him today. Unless the Golden Knights implode here in the third period, it's looking like a 3-0 day on the hockey side. Winnipeg came through. The Golden Knights, like I was just saying, very likely to come through. The Blues came through as well. And on the NFL side, he was on the opposite of me. He was on the Seahawks at -3. They're up now 27-12, so they're in really good shape. And he was also on the Lions -4.5. The premium members got that pick very, very early in the week. That's how they really get such a solid line. So it's looking like a very, very likely 5-0, perfect 5-0 day over there at StumpTheSpread.com for the premium members, which just continues a very, very hot streak that's been going on for around a week now. So definitely get over to Stump the Spread and get in on that. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, you can click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name on screen in every single video, but maybe more importantly, get access to our members-only giveaways. We give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every single week. We just did a giveaway on the 20th. We're going to be doing our next giveaway on the 27th. We spin the wheel. It'll have every single the name of every single YouTube channel member on it. Whoever it lands on, that person's going to get a Stump the Spread hoodie mailed straight to their address. So definitely, guys, get in on that if you're interested. But we're going to go ahead and dive back in now. We've got one more NBA game to break down here on opening night, and it's maybe the marquee game of the night. We got the Golden State Warriors going on the road here to take on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Warriors come into this season still with quite a bit to play for, quite a bit to prove here. We've got another big season of, the former MVP Steph Curry coming out looking ready to go here. The preseason looked great. The Warriors went 3-2 in preseason, and they are, loaded, locked, loaded, and ready to go here for game one. Now, the only bad news is they won't have Moses Moody here to start the season, but Jimmy Butler Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, both slated to be ready to go. D'Anthony Melton also not going to be out there, but could be a big addition once they eventually get him back here in hopefully a few weeks. But yeah, Steph Curry definitely seems locked in here for another season. The Warriors are focused on trying to compete for a championship, and while they do have one of the oldest teams in the NBA, the skill level on this roster, the veteran talent that they've acquired, is looking very, very impressive. I mean, you got Steph there, one of the best few players in the NBA. His shot has looked amazing. The handles are looking amazing. Everything is looking very, very good. He seems poised for another monster season. Moses Moody was looking to be the starting shooting guard potentially for this team, but it appears now we're going to have some combination of Brandon Podziemski and Buddy Hield taking over that spot. Buddy Hield has shot the ball extremely well here in the preseason. Podziemski has been making some kind of wild, statements about how he's hoping that Draymond and Steph are going to eventually hand him the keys to this franchise. We'll see, buddy. You got to show us a lot more than you showed us last year in the playoffs if you're going to make asks like that. But I think it's great that that's where his head at. That is how good he wants to be, and we've seen great stuff from him here so far in the preseason. So I do think he has what it takes to have make a big step up this season. Buddy Hield's been shooting the lights out this preseason. That's great to see. He's kind of I would say great value Klay Thompson out there for the Warriors, and he's had some games that he's come up really, really clutch for them, and I'm loving the way he's shooting the ball here in the early goings. Jimmy Butler is ready to go here. Obviously not somebody that you care too much about him getting on the floor in the preseason. He looks ready to go. Obviously, this is regular season, Jimmy, not postseason Jimmy, but we still like Jimmy Butler out there, going to make the Warriors, give them some identity here. They're going to be a tough, hard-nosed defensive team. He's somebody that can create off the bounce, takes a lot of pressure off of Steph out there. So a lot of good stuff about having Jimmy Butler on this team. Draymond Green, obviously out there, getting a little bit old, getting a little bit long in the tooth, but Draymond remains one of the best defenders in the NBA. I've actually been pretty happy with what I've seen from him shooting the ball here in the postseason and just what you see from like random practice clips. I know we're not overreacting to random practice clips, guys, but it does seem like he's fixed a little bit of that release. It's a little bit less herky-jerky of a shot. It's a little bit smoother, a little bit quicker. Maybe that will enable him to shoot a little bit better on those wide open threes that we're used to seeing him get every single game, because people aren't really too worried about guarding Draymond out on the perimeter. One big acquisition the Warriors made here in the offseason, big in terms of size and maybe big in terms of impact, is Al Horford. Going to be the starting center here for the Warriors. Definitely having a center that can space the floor, something that Steph, something that Steph really hasn't had. I mean, Quentin Post will play minutes at center. He can space the floor, but he can't do any of the defensive things that Horford can do. Horford, definitely a premium level defender here. How many minutes per game he's going to play for the Warriors in the regular season, we'll have to kind of wait and see on that, but I think Horford coming in could be a big deal for this team. Now, in the second unit, Podziemski leading the way. That's going to be a big deal. That's a great spot for him. Buddy Hield will play lots of second unit minutes as well, but Kuminga is going to be, hopefully, the star of the second unit. All the weird contract negotiation stuff seems like it's behind him. All the reports were that the players did not care about this, didn't care that he was missing training camp. It looks like here in the preseason that he came in shape and ready to go. He's still a very exciting, very athletic player. If he can learn to play within the Warriors offense a little bit better, I think it can be a huge deal to have him out there. So a lot of positives for the Warriors. It's not great that Moses Moody is out here at the beginning of the season, but I think Golden State's probably feeling pretty good here in game one as they head to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers, who did not have a great preseason, had kind of a weird off season as well. They end up only 1-5 in the preseason. They went 1-1 against the Warriors in the preseason, but like I said, guys, we're not going to be taking too much here from the preseason. Now, the Lakers, the main story here for the Lakers is, number one, skinny Luka. They're going to be led by Luka Doncic this season. Even when LeBron comes back, Luka is going to clearly be the main focus of this team right now and moving forward. And we've got skinny, fit Luka here on a revenge tour to show everybody that the Dallas Mavericks were absolute morons for trading him away for any package, as even Anthony Davis, which obviously was an insane trade, but what are you going to do? Luka in shape is going to be a scary thing for the NBA. I don't think there are going to be very many players, very many teams out there that are going to be able to actually slow down or stop Luka Doncic. The problem for the Lakers, especially here with LeBron out indefinitely with sciatica and being 1,000 years old and maybe being upset about the Lakers not being able to move him or willing to move him in the offseason, or maybe the fact that he's not the main focus of this team now that Luka's there, it's unclear what is actually behind this whole LeBron deal. Maybe he just wants to sit out the beginning of the regular season because the regular season doesn't really matter to him. All he cares about is wanting to come back for the postseason and have a chance to chase a ring. We'll see. Regardless, LeBron is not walking through that door here for game one. Austin Reeves Going to be out there with Luka a ton. It would be very interesting to see how these two can play together. Austin Reeves, someone who's used to having the ball in his hands. I love Austin Reeves as a player. Excellent player, great scorer, multi-level scorer, but defensively, him and Luka being there is going to have a lot of struggles guarding teams on the perimeter. Unless, skinny Luka is suddenly a defensive demon, which I would be a little bit shocked by, I think there's going to be a lot of points given up by this duo. Now, Rui Hachimura, slated to be the forward here for the Lakers. I'm not sure exactly how stoked you should be if he's in your starting lineup. I think he'd be a great second unit guy, but we also saw flashes last season of Hachimura playing really, really well. The mid-range game seemed improved. I wouldn't say he's an amazing guy at getting to the basket. The rebounding numbers have always been a little but he can knock down threes at times, so that could be really, really nice. Now, LeBron, like we talked about, will be out. Maybe parts of his, in his absence, we'll see Jake LaRavia in there. We'll see Jared Vanderbilt in the starting lineup some. We may even see Marcus Smart in there, but he is a pretty undersized to be playing that position. So we'll see who ends up taking that spot until LeBron comes back. Maybe the biggest acquisition made in the offseason, actually not maybe, certainly the biggest acquisition made in the offseason by the Lakers was bringing in DeAndre Ayton. Now, Ayton has had a pretty interesting career, kind of an often maligned presence on teams. Didn't seem like Booker got along with him. Didn't seem like Chris Paul got along with him. All the talent in the world. The question is, does he have the work ethic and the smarts to make it happen? We saw some really good stuff from him in spurts last season. Obviously wasn't playing for a team that was trying to contend. Well, now it's time for you to put up or shut up. You're on a Lakers team, and when you're on the Lakers and you've got somebody like Luka to run with, the expectation is to compete for a championship. So we'll see what Ayton can do out there. He's going to be backed up by Jackson Hayes. It'll be interesting to see how they juggle those two, or if they even try to play them together sometimes, although that seems kind of insane to me. He's a very athletic backup center, so that could be nice. Jared Vanderbilt's probably going to be the best defender on this team, and post-injury, kind of getting a little bit older, Jared Vanderbilt to be your best defender should make you a little bit scared. Now, maybe Jake LaRavia can make a step up here and be a good offensive weapon, but I don't think anyone would accuse him of being an amazing defender. Marcus Smart has been one of the best defenders in the NBA in his day, but that day was a while ago. So we'll see what bringing in Marcus Smart can do here. Definitely, he will be able to help be a better defender than either Luka or Austin Reeves. So having him in there intermittently should definitely be helpful. Gabe Vincent has actually shown some really nice flashes here in the preseason. Maybe we're going to see a return of Miami Heat Gabe Vincent. That seems like a bit of a big ask, but the Lakers are definitely going to be needing all the production they can find from pretty much anyone here until the return of LeBron. So that's what things are looking like here coming into game one for the Lakers. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Lakers are getting 2 points here at home. We got a total of 225.5 in this game. Last year, the Warriors were 26-20-2 against the spread on the road, 24-24 to the over-under on the road. The Lakers were 28-16 against the spread at home, 24-20 to the under at home. Guys, in this one, I'm going to be leaning towards the Warriors here at -2 to come away with the win in this game. I don't have a big lean on the total. I would suppose I would maybe lean just slightly towards the over, because I don't think either one of these teams is going to be amazing defensively, but no real lean on the total. My bigger lean on this one is going to be the Warriors. I don't think Luka, Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, Gabe Vincent, any of those guys are going to have a very good time guarding fresh and ready to go Steph Curry here coming out the gates firing in game one after looking really good and obviously very limited action in the preseason. The Warriors have lots of guards. So they're going to score a lot of points, and I think that is going to be a big problem anytime the Lakers face a team like that. I also don't think the Lakers are going to get too much from, I do think Ayton might have a little bit of a hard time going up against Al Horford, a veteran who could give him all sorts of issues. So we will definitely be on the Warriors here at -2. Now, in terms of some player props I like for this one, there are quite a few. Right off the bat here, I'll take Buddy Hield to make 3+ threes in this game at +130. With Moody sidelined here to start the season, there's no reason that Hield won't get a good amount of minutes here in the beginning of the season, and I've liked a lot about how he's shooting the ball in the preseason. Against the Lakers team that's really going to struggle to guard on the perimeter, like I was just saying, I think you could have a very productive game in this one and get plenty of open looks. Once again, on the Warriors side, I'll take Draymond Green here over 5.5 rebounds at -105. While Draymond is due for some possible regression due to his age, and while there is a chance he'll lose some rebounding opportunities to new arrival Al Horford, I do expect him to get over this number in this matchup. He's going to be more than happy and able to move Ayton out of the way when he needs to get position, and in his career, he's averaging over 6 boards a game, so I think this play is very, very reasonable. I also think Steph Curry is going to have a big night in this one. I'm taking him over 26.5 points in this game at -105. That new rule change, the high five rule, if they're really going to call that for Steph, that is going to put him at the line an awful lot. I'm not sure who the Lakers are going to have to guard him, really. I mean, do you want to see Gabe Vincent or Austin Reeves trying to defend Steph? Probably not. Maybe the ghost of Marcus Smart can come back from the dead and give him some problems, but that feels like a big stretch to me. We know the combo of Doncic and Reeves is going to be able to score, but are they going to be able to guard anyone? I'm not so sure. I think this could be a monster performance here right out of the gates for Steph. On the Lakers side, I'll take Jake LaRavia here under 1.5 assists at -185. Not every book has this prop available, but I think it's excellent value. LaRavia isn't even going to get that many minutes in this game. I would assume, obviously things can change here. It's the first game of the season, so we don't know 100%, but I still think there's no way, even if he does get some minutes, he's going to come with 2 assists. Not exactly known for his court vision. I don't think the Lakers are looking for him to be a major creator either. On the Warriors side, once again, I'll take Kuminga over 1.5 assists here at -150. He's actually been moving the ball really well in the preseason, getting it to guys who are knocking down shots. I know there was a ton of drama in the offseason about his contract, but the Warriors are going to need him on the court a lot, especially in the second unit, and his playmaking seems to have improved a lot, and he'll have the ball in his hands a good amount in that second unit, so to get to 2 assists seems like great value to me. Last but not least here, guys, I'll take Luka over 9.5 made field goals at -140. Skinny Luka, poised for a massive revenge season. I think playing the Warriors isn't where his revenge, is really going to be. I don't think the Warriors are on his list necessarily, but I don't think they have the pieces or the ability to really shut him down. Getting to 10 makes can be tough, but I for sure think he could make it happen, as there will be a huge burden on him to produce here on a night-to-night basis. He's going to take plenty of shots. Making 10 of them doesn't feel like too much of a stretch. Guys, that's all the games we have here for opening night of the NBA. We'll be back tomorrow with tons and tons of games to cover. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're getting over to stumpthespread.com, checking out those absolutely bonkers level, red hot NHL and all the other premium picks that are just going nuts, coming off what's looking to be an undefeated night. Definitely want to get on that. Also, get over to stumpthespread.com. Get on that free email list, guys. It's absolutely free, and it's great information straight to your inbox every single day. Guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.